La Mer.
This hair is something else sometimes, but like, considering I put this into a bun directly out of the shower yesterday and left it in that ridiculous bun for probably about 4 hours, and then took it down maybe for an hour, and then have had it up in a ponytail ever since. So all last night while I was sleeping until about 5 minutes ago, so we did like 24 hours in a ponytail. That's legit. These curls would be so gone in the old days. Anyway, today is Friday night. It is something like, I think it's like 12:30 in the morning, so just after midnight, Friday night, 27th, I think, not sure. Yeah, I've been terrible about vlogging this week, I'm pretty sure, and this is part of the reason why I decided to start focusing more on BookTube as well, because just vlogging on its own, just for the sake of vlogging, so little goes on that I just haven't had much of anything to really fill in on. So at least focusing on books that gave me something to do, kind of keep things active and be doing something. So yeah. I've been terrible about reading Ashwater on my last 2 days off, but I did get a good bit of reading done on Wednesday at work. So I'm like almost halfway through the book. I'm on page 128. And I think I was still on like page 50 something, maybe page 52 at the start of Wednesday. So I read something like 70 pages that day. So yeah. The story is starting to pick up a bit from here. So basically, the whole point of the story is that Adam, the main character, is an android that has escaped from BioCore, when he was basically set to be trashed. I don't think they really clarified, as of yet at least, as to why he was being scrapped. But anyway, yeah, he escaped and is now basically trying to masquerade as a human in the town of Ashwater, where BioCore is, by the way, or at least nearby. And more or less he's kind of taken in by this one couple in town, Daisy and Jack. And Jack owns the local like arcade in the town of Ashwater and is like super nostalgic for the 80s, so like everything in the arcade is 80s themed. And Adam has been spending his time designing a new arcade game. I want to say that he started off with an older game that was like not working and he kind of revamped it, but I'm not 100% sure on that. But it seems to be along the lines of Dance Dance Revolution, but it's called Dance Paradise, if I recall correctly. And he's basically been programming it as like an upcoming new feature of the arcade. And Jack's one stipulation for Adam was that it had to be 80s music programmed into the game. So the point is how like some of the songs are just like basic 80s, and then some of them are like remixes of 80s music. And yeah, there's a few local teens that go to the arcade fairly often, and one day the main girl, Evie, goes in, and basically the first few times that Evie and Adam meet, like, it's a train wreck. Like, the very first time they meet, he literally walks up to her and he's like, I think he has like a tissue in his hand, and he goes to try and wipe her eyes, and it's like, you've got all this black stuff on your face, and it was eyeliner, and it was obviously like the way she was wearing her eyeliner, not that it was messed up, she just happens to like wearing a lot of eyeliner. So he was just like, says something super blunt, and is like, no, I'll fix it. Like, not understanding social norms whatsoever. And yeah, there's like 2 or 3 different times where they just like come across each other, and it's just literal train wreck after another. It's fabulous. He's just like, he did not, like, she would sit there and like do some like basic insult to him or something, and he'd just be like, okay, like just follow along with it. And Evie is an artist, so it was a little like overkill, but not terrible. Basically, like every time she sees Adam, she's like fangirling over him, and like the number of times it says how she's just itching to have a chance to draw him. It's very repetitive every single time that she like thinks about him or sees him. So that was a little like overkill, just because like that particular phrase was just used over and over and over. But I like the pair of them. He's really into like programming this game and doing dancing, and he's really good at that. And she's really good at drawing. So yeah, it's more or less the two of them like crushing on each other, and Adam just trying so far to keep the secret of the fact that he is actually an android and not a human people. So, very interesting. I am enjoying it. I just have to make sure I pry myself away from the TV long enough to actually finish it in time to do my review properly. Because it's a struggle. Sorry for my hair right now. It's a total mess. But anyway. It's been fun times. So yeah. Yesterday was a little bit rough. Yesterday I went and attempted to do my first try at Kroger grocery pickup, like online pickup. And so I went to check. Since the last couple weeks I've thought about doing it. I don't really think about it until it's like 11 o'clock when I wake up for the day on my days off. And so by that time, the pickup windows aren't available till like 7 or 8 at night that night. So this time I actually went on the app Wednesday night and looked at what the available time frame was so I could kind of get an idea. And that allowed me to pick anywhere starting I think 7 to 8 Thursday morning. But by the time I was checking on it to get very far, I started just like initially checking on coupons and started falling asleep. So I was like, oh, I'll just do it in the morning. If I wake up in time, you know, we can try it. If not, you know, there's always another week. And I ended up waking up, just happened to wake up at around 8:30, I think, initially, and instead of just going back to sleep like I usually would, I went ahead and like opened up the app to check on things, and was able to look at a window between 1 and 2 o'clock. So I went ahead and started putting the order together, and since I started around 8:30, I ended up finishing a little after the hour, so probably like 9:15ish. So when 9 o'clock hit, it pushed me automatically to picking between 2 to 3 p.m. as pickup time, but still not too bad. So I went ahead and did all that, slept for like another 30 minutes, and then I picked up Shane's Rib Shack for lunch from down the street. And every other time we've had Shane's in the past, it's been fine, it's been great, it's been delicious. Never any complaints from Shane's other than maybe the fact that the burgers have a little bit more of a crispy, burnt edges than I personally prefer. But overall, I mean, like, that's just because of the way that they're cooked, like grilled. And it tastes like, you know, backyard barbecue, so I don't really put too much of a fuss about it. I just personally am like, I wish it wasn't quite so, like, burnt crispy pieces here and there, but personal choice. So yeah. But this time, got home, and I had sort of like done a general check over things, but when I actually fully opened everything to separate out our food, I realized that even though we both had a shack sampler, mine was missing a whole side. So I had ordered the chopped pork, and then it comes with ribs automatically, and then the chicken tenders. And for my 2 sides, I had chosen onion rings and french fries, but the french fries were nowhere to be found, and I had only like a few onion rings, so it wasn't even like, oh, they didn't have space in this container, so they packed them up separately and forgot to give them to us, or something like that. No, like, they gave me like not as many onion rings as I think they were supposed to, and no french fries. And it wasn't even a matter of, oh, they accidentally put them in with Ed's meal, because he had sweet potato fries and macaroni and cheese, and that's the only thing that he had in his box, for his sides, that is. So they just weren't there. And then I was kind of annoyed by that, obviously, but not enough to bother going all the way back out there. Just wanted to eat. And so when I was eating the food, unfortunately, the onion rings had been like, I don't even know how to best describe, like, one of the onion rings alone had a whole patch of salt just sitting on it. Like a white patch. Like this big of a patch of just salt crystals, giant salt crystals just stuck on it. And just all of the onion rings were so salty. Oh my god. It was terrible. I didn't even finish them because it was too much. And my lips felt like they were burning. It was that salty. And yeah, it was not fun. And then later, after eating, ended up saving a bit of the chopped pork and then 2 of the 3 ribs for today. I had those for dinner tonight. After I ate yesterday for lunch, I went out and picked up the groceries, and everything went smoothly. They were out and they put everything in the trunk and gave me my receipt and everything within about 5 minutes. But then when I got home, while I was unpacking the car, everything seemed to be there, apart from the fact that I was very thrown off by why there was a random pack of Sunkist in our trunk, which I did not order. And then when I finished unpacking everything and going back through the list, I'm like, the 3 things that I approved substitutions for are not here. Neither is our loaf of bread. And for some reason, we not only have Sunkist we didn't ever order, but we also had a pack of Ziploc bags and a package of Velveeta cheese that we had not ordered. So at that point, since we were genuinely missing 4 things in total, because the bread just wasn't there, and then there was the 3 things that were supposed to have been substituted from what I chose on the app, which was the Hawaiian slider buns, which just regular Hawaiian rolls instead, and then the other thing was the sliced cheese, because they were out of the 8-count packs and were supposed to give us a 16-count pack instead. And then the last one I had approved a substitution for was the Monsters for Ed. So they only had 1 Pacific Punch, and I had asked them to go ahead and substitute the other 2 cans I'd ordered with the pink one that I am currently forgetting what it's called. Pipeline Punch, I believe. So yeah, ended up taking the 3 items that were randomly put in with our order back to the store with the receipt and telling them what was going on. And one thing or another, like 10 minutes later, they basically walked me through the order sheet, and I don't know what happened on the app, but while it had approved the substitution for the rolls, the Hawaiian rolls, it had not actually gone through that I had approved the other 2 substitutions for the cheese and the Monsters. So that's why those had not been in there, but they definitely had us pay for the bread and the rolls. So they ended up getting us the rolls and the bread. And then I had to go ahead and go myself and actually buy the cheese and the Monsters, since they hadn't actually charged them to our order initially. So yeah, didn't go for quite the best. So it's a little bit of a nuisance day, having 2 orders it just were not filled correctly. And granted, I'm like more than likely Kroger thing, like best I can assume is they gave us the wrong bag for the substitutions, which is why we ended up with the Sunkissed and Ziploc bags and Velveeta rather than the rolls and the bread. And then the best I can assume for the substitutions that didn't go through is that I did kind of tap around a little bit to try and see if I could change like what substitution I was going to approve, or if I could change the quantity in the instance of the cheese, because I had ordered 2 things of 8-count slices of Colby Jack cheese, and they were going to offer the substitution of the 16-count. I was like, well, we don't need 2 16-count things of cheese. We don't literally need twice the amount of cheese, but it didn't give that option. It literally just gave me the option of, here's the substitution. You would get the same quantity that you originally ordered that wasn't able to be fulfilled. Do you want it or not, basically. So, best I can assume is somehow it's with me trying to like tap around in places that technically just didn't have anything for me to click on. It went through as unapproving those items. So, I don't really know. But anyway, that's how yesterday went. And I've been rambling for 20 minutes now. That's great. So I guess I'll probably just wrap this up from here. Today's been pretty quiet. It's been pouring rain on and off all day, pretty strongly. We had some real nasty thunder for a bit this afternoon. Just been watching TV, and, well, I say watching TV, but technically just watching YouTube between my computer and the TV, more or less all day. And I had another video call with the sister missionaries this afternoon as well, for like half an hour, I think. And that was it. That's the peak of productivity for today. Anyway, my throat, like my neck, is really feeling strained for some reason. Like, it feels like I'm like yanking, and I don't know why. So I'm gonna kind of take a break from here and just relax for the rest of the night. And yeah, fingers crossed I can finish Ashwater in time. Later. Okay, pay no attention to Leo. Hey, where are you going? Come here. Luna. 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 Don't leave me, kitty. Don't leave me. Don't leave me, little girl. What are you doing? I was in a rush to try and take off this lipstick for lunch after trying to film, and I was like, wet paper towel should do it. No, man, no. Help. Much better. Oh my god. It's changed. I literally started filming maybe like 20 minutes of a video for this, like filming wise this week. So basically what happened is I woke up, it was probably about 10:30, wasted time on my phone before I woke up, like got up for the day. So got up officially probably around like 12, and yeah, I went ahead and immediately got dressed, did makeup for the first time in a hot minute, and came downstairs, and Ed was prepping the steaks that we got to make this weekend. He's like, okay, this will probably be ready in like an hour. So I'm like, all right, he'll be in and out downstairs, so I don't have to worry about, you know, acoustics. So I went ahead and started working on filming, but the last minute prep work, and I only got like 20 minutes of actual filming, I think, done, and therefore barely got all that much into the video. And the plan was to just, okay, go eat the lunch and then come back upstairs and then film some more in the afternoon when he's busy on his computer or whatnot. But no, what actually ended up happening is we decided to watch TV while we ate, because we haven't really watched TV together a whole lot as of the last like week or so. Because usually one or the other of us is busy doing stuff on our computer or whatnot until like there's only like maybe an hour to watch like 1 or 2 episodes of something. So yeah, I was like, okay, we can probably catch up more on Shark Tank or Superstore, but no, he was in here setting up Justice League Snyder's Cut. That 3.5-hour movie. So yeah, I stopped filming where I was at around maybe 1:30 this afternoon. Maybe a little bit after that. It took us till probably closer to around almost 2 to start eating after everything was set up. And between taking breaks here and there, as needed for, like, the grass people came to mow the yard and whatnot, and that was fairly loud when they got super close to the house. The cats were getting into a little bit of mischief for a bit. I started falling asleep at one point. And just things like that. We didn't actually finish the movie till probably about 6:30 maybe. I want to say closer to 6:30. So yeah. At this point, like, I have lost the mojo to try and go back up and film. So I am getting ready to eat dinner, which is basically just going to be a salad, because that was pretty much the only thing that appealed to me right now out of the fridge. And just chill out for the evening. Which, granted, I know that this is my last time off before I start a new work week. So I'm just going to have to fit in filming like probably Monday night, because tomorrow I will be busy editing the vlog for this week. And granted, I do have like 1 or 2 videos already like ready to go for the next couple weeks, so it's fine. I just want to make sure I continue staying on an advanced editing schedule, so technically if I do need to, I can wait to film this video and then just double it up with another one maybe on Thursday when I'm off again. We shall see. But yeah. I haven't decided yet how best I'm gonna do things because there is a little bit of like a blurb I was talking about before I started the video. I don't know much of that I want to recap. I may just put it in here and then just refilm like the video proper itself. I don't know. But yeah, one way or another. It's in regards to the music I've been playing and all of my proper videos in the background, because there was an audio issue I was trying to work around. But anyway, yeah. So the Netflix book tag that I'll be posting in a couple weeks will be the video that I will be refilming, because it didn't quite work out to do today. So yeah, that's what happened with my day. Anyways, on the plus side though, my new shirt from Amazon came in this afternoon while we were watching the movie, which was another break that we did because he wanted to go grab it in case it had been left in front of like the garage while they were coming to do the grass, just to make sure like things don't get disgusting outside. So yeah, anyway, I'm gonna go ahead and eat now, and I guess I'll see you tomorrow. Player 2 has entered the room. And is distracted by the fan. Ooh, she's got on. Morning. She likes to just play on her own. But yeah, at least we'll go for it. I think Alice might be stuck. Oh no. Oh no, Alice. You need help? Alice? Can you get out of there? If I can get her to move forward. Come on. Give it a try. No, I think she really stuck. Come on back and play. Alice. Zuna. 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 Come on, Zuna. want something? You're tall. You're a tall boy. Pardon this smear from eating my dinner. I had little sliders with ham and cheese. So yeah. Today's been a day. I finally got back into reading. Finally got back into reading Ashwater today and got through, I think, about 40 was the goal I had set, and I surpassed that. So I got through about 60 pages so far for today, and so very good progress. Hopefully I can keep up with it, but thankfully I'm like, the last couple times I've read, I've been able to now be past like the initial like kind of slow run that I tend to have first getting into a new book, because there's a lot of stuff. Getting into a new book, you have to first mourn the fact that the previous book is over. You have to like gear yourself up for a new story. You have to like sit there and get yourself used to this new environment, these new characters, find out who they are. And sometimes you have a fair number of names to suddenly be introduced to and be like, okay, which ones do we need to like determine as like the main people beyond like the main people. So yeah, it's very interesting. Now we've hit like what I'm pretty sure is like the main climax of the book. We did have that like mic drop moment which I did not see coming until I had like a similar theory, so I was kind of like not completely out of the blue shocked, but still didn't quite see that coming when it happened. And yeah, drama is happening. Things are going down. So I'm very excited to continue reading and finish it, and kind of excited for the fact that this is actually a series, so even when I finish the book, like, there'll be more to read. So I'm hoping the sequel is pretty good as well. Anyway, so yeah, I'm about a page 209 out of 280-ish. So, getting there. And yeah. Most of the day was fairly chill. It was a somewhat slow day at work, so had a few decent gaps between some of the tickets coming through, so that was nice. And I also got a message from my sister Nikki towards the end of my shift today, where she was asking me about going to watch the kids for her, because she has finally gotten word on her graduation. Her college graduation ceremony will be in mid-May. So with COVID, there will only be like a couple of tickets available, so I think she said it's just going to be her and our parents there. But I shall be watching the chillins. that day, since it thankfully falls on one of my days off, so I don't have to worry about rearranging any plans. I can just go and be there. And yeah, that kind of brought up the fact where we were talking about the whole COVID vaccine and how she's getting ready to get the first shot soon, and both my parents have actually already gotten their first shots recently. And so yeah, we talked about how things were set up where she got into getting an appointment and actually ended up discovering that everyone in Georgia is apparently eligible now if you're 16 or older as of the 25th, which was like last Thursday. And so we had apparently missed that memo from the last time Ed had checked on it like a week ago, because I think he had messaged me on Monday about where eligibility was at the time. So yeah, we just finished scheduling ours, so I'm very excited that there will be official progress. So I will be, well, he is going tomorrow and I will be going on Thursday, and I will be officially done with both by the end of this next month in April, so it's awesome. So yeah, I'm very excited by how this day has gone. It's been great. So yeah. Another thing I've been working on today is working on my tentative TBR for April, since that is coming up very soon, as of Thursday. And so what I have been thinking of doing is, since there's no like proper readathon ready yet, and I unfortunately did not discover the magical readathon until like, I think the first thing I heard about it was when Abigail's Cup of Tea posted her Charms Extra Credit TBR, and I had such a level of time trying to figure out like what this readathon was, and then it was like, because it was an extra credit thing in the middle of everything, I was just so confused, and then I just didn't end up getting involved. So the first readathon I participated in was the Christmas readathon for 2018, and then went into the Owls and all from there. So since I never actually participated in the proper 2018 Owls and Newts, and maybe we'll go into the Charms Extra Credit, we'll see, I am going to see if I can fit the books that I already have set into the Owls based on the 2018 prompts. And just to make it a bit easier, I am choosing to combine prompts, so I can use one book for multiple prompts as opposed to the official readathon rules. And yeah, gonna see where we go. So far things have worked out pretty great, because I think I made everything that I had set aside for my April TBR fit, apart from the 2 ebooks. Go figure. So I haven't found a spot to fit in Online Business or to fit in Ice Cream and Sadness, and I'm gonna be honest, I think I'm gonna just annul Online Business because I'm really not about it. Like, I was kind of like a little bit on the fence when I did like the round 2 thing, but now I'm just kind of like, do I really want to though when I have so much else to read? I'm kind of thinking not. So yeah, I may end up just like throwing that off the TBR and just bye. I can break my own rules, right? I mean, technically I'm not, but still, feels like I am. Anyway, I feel like there was one other thing, but I don't think so. Anyway, I am going to go ahead and start putting together the vlog for this week before it gets much later because it is already almost 10 o'clock. So I've been off work for almost 3 hours now and I've done basically nothing except eat dinner. So yeah, I'm gonna need to work on that and clean up my face at some point because this is not great of a look. Not this close up at least. If we back away far enough, you almost can't tell now. Should have done the whole video like this, but it's too late now. Anyway, that's it. I will see you next week for a vlog, and this Friday will be a Godwall's book haul from their bake sale. Fun time.